It's Jess.
Hi, we're in a new location this week because I moved. It was a couple weeks ago. I didn't want to say anything until I had the house put together and clean and organized. And we're going to have a little conversation about what it's like to be a host, what it's like to be a guest in somebody's house, and what is expected of each person, at least the way that I was raised and how I grew up. And you're definitely going to see my cat because he's trying to interfere already. So I thought I would just spill a little tea when it came to being a host or a guest in someone's house. Best experience of being a guest in someone's house comes straight from my grandma Marcia. Whenever we would go over to her house on Christmas time, she would always make sure that she had lots of treats out for us. The Christmas tree was always there and beautiful. The house was always immaculate. She always had something for us to drink. She always made us all feel welcome. And at the Christmas party, she always made everybody feel like family. The worst experience I've ever had of being a guest in someone's house was when I was going to spend the night at this person's house, and of course I expected to sleep on the couch. What I did not expect was a fold-out mattress with old sheets that were covered in Dorito crumbs and their dogs climbing all over me at night. That was a really bad experience. The best experience I've ever had of being a host was when me and my boyfriend were able to have another couple over for a wine and cheese party. It was so I felt so classy. We had classy jazz music playing in the background, and I'd laid out this beautiful board of cheeses and salamis and crackers and jams and mustards for them, and I had my own separate board of vegan options for myself, and we just kind of hung out and talked and had our wine and our snacks and watched a movie together, and it just was really pleasant evening, just really, really nice, and I wish I could do it more often. I think one of my worst experiences of being a host was when I was planning on having a small get-together with a couple of people, which then snowballed into a huge party because they all invited their own guests. Please do not bring +1s or +7s to someone's quiet gathering that you've been invited to. It's extremely rude. There's not enough food. There's not enough places to sit. It's very intrusive. Just don't do that. So this is my new kitchen. I've got a double door refrigerator, which is really awesome. I've got lots of cabinet space. I actually have 2 pantries now, which is awesome to be able to organize all the food and canned goods, range stove, microwave, etc. I have this cool little bar area here, which is really good for helping me prep dinners. And I'd like to talk about what it's like being the host when it comes to your kitchen. So normally when someone comes over to my house, I'd like to offer them something to drink first, a glass of water, a glass of soda, whatever may be, just to make them feel welcome, make them feel at home, make sure that they know that I'm providing for them, maybe even offer them a snack if they were hungry, because if I have something for them to have. When it comes to preparing meals, when I have a guest over, I oftentimes have somebody there helping me prepare, like my boyfriend or a friend or my mom, family member. So oftentimes it's a trade-off between who's cooking and who's cleaning, so that's really awesome. I was taught growing up that when I was over at somebody's house and there was a big meal, that we all helped clean up together. This is my new dining room area. I was able to put the leaf in the center of the table, so it's a little bit bigger. I've got my magical cabinet right here. It's kind of a room divider between here and the living room, which I will show you next. But when it comes to the dining room, when I have guests over, we don't often hang out in the dining room unless we're in the middle of having a meal with multiple people, like family members or multiple friends coming over. We like to hang out in the dining room, so we have a place to put our food, a place to put our glasses of wine or our drinks or etc. Hi, Bjorn. Say hello. Hello. We have guests over. Can you be calm while we have guests over? So, especially when I'm cooking in the kitchen and I bring the food out, we all like to sit there together and eat, like during holidays or a special event like the Super Bowl or something. And when it comes to the end of mealtime, I like to make sure that I always pick up my dishes, take them to the kitchen, at least help them scrape the extra food or into the garbage can, throw away the napkins, etc. Not always do I help clean the dishes, but at least help them clear the table, and for me, that's the way I was raised. This is my living room. I've got a lot more area, and it makes it seem a lot more open. I've got my couch out in the open with this actually having room to be away from the couch. If you see my last video where I did my house tour, it was rather cramped in the living room. It was a very narrow space. I really like how big it is now, and I'll be able to put my plants out here because I've got a really big balcony, and I'll show you guys that in a couple of minutes. But when it came to having guests over in regards to the living room, I always wanted to make sure that we at least have it free of clutter or dishes, laundry, etc. Make sure that there's a comfortable place for them to sit on the couch and we hang out. If we would like to watch TV while we hang out, make sure that they're comfortable with what we're watching on the television, and maybe provide them again with a drink or a snack, as long as that's okay in your household to have a drink or a snack in the living room. But that's the way that I was raised when it came to someone's living room. If we have a drink, make sure to use a coaster, especially if it's a wooden or glass surface, so that we don't mess it up and cause permanent damage. And as a host, I always make sure that it's just a comfortable environment, that I have candles going or a essential oil diffuser just to make it seem more homey. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I just finished making a baked good, so I have something to offer them and the house smells like cookies or something. So it's really great, and that's one of the things that I was taught about when it came to the living room. This is my bedroom. Oftentimes it is completely taken over by this one right here. Sleeps at the foot of my bed and he's really, really soft and cute. If you haven't met Bjorn yet, make sure you go and look at my video of Jess Adopts a Baby, because he was so little and so cute and so wonderful, and likes to make appearances in my videos every now and then, don't you? This is my bedroom. Oftentimes I don't really bring guests into my bedroom. Try to have the door closed. I just feel like this is a space that's not very inviting. Unless of course you live in a loft or like a studio apartment where your bed might be the center of attention because it's a smaller space. But for me, I've never actually lived in that situation. When I was younger and I would have friends over when we went to the bedroom, I like to have my, the toys out to play with and etc. In the little one's room, she which is not quite put together yet, so I'm not going to show that to you, but she's got her bunk bed and her toys there, so if she has little friends over, they have something to play with. But that's how I feel when it comes to my bedroom when I have guests over. I've got this really big walk-in closet now, and I was just able to put it together, so it was organized, his and hers, and I got all these cool little cubbies to put it all together. Who's gonna come to my closet? Nobody does, but this is just wanted to show you my big closet because I think it's super awesome and I'm really grateful for it. And this is the really big balcony that I promised I would show you. Here we go. Crazy big balcony, I know. I'm hoping when I get some patio furniture I can do more of my videos out here. And check out the view. Pretty sick, right? It is a rainy day, but when it's a clear sky, you can see a really beautiful sunset from here, and I'm hoping that in one of my future videos, you guys will be able to see that. This video definitely was basically just an excuse to show you guys my new home, but I just also wanted to just go over what it's like to host in my house, what it's like for me to be a guest in another person's house, just how I was raised. Let me know down in the comments how you were raised when it came to coming over to somebody's house or hosting. If you like going to other people's houses, if you like hosting, your best experience when you were hosting, your worst experience as a guest at somebody's house, etc., etc. I make new videos every Monday. Sometimes it's a vlog, sometimes it's strange and whatever I tried to put up that week. Sometimes it's more personal, the way that I put up a video last week, which you can always go back and view. It's how I made this awesome t-shirt. Make sure to give that like and subscribe button a 1-2 punch, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!